Imagine you are at a standard corporate networking event. You meet a new colleague, shake hands, and fall straight into the usual routine. You ask the standard questions. What do you do for a living? Or where are you from? You receive polite, factual answers, and within seconds, the conversation hits a dead end. We default to these shallow topics because of a psychological trap called the awkwardness illusion. We assume asking a deep question will make a stranger uncomfortable, but science proves this assumption wrong. People crave connection far more than we realize. In this video, we are applying a technique called tactical vulnerability to bypass small talk and build immediate, authentic rapport with an absolute stranger. Moving beyond the superficial level requires abandoning the safety of standard questions and taking a small, targeted conversational risk. To test our capacity for rapid connection, behavioral scientist Nicholas Epley conducted an experiment with a group of highly analytical hedge fund managers. He required these executives to skip small talk entirely. Instead, they had to ask each other deep questions, such as describing a specific time they cried in front of another person. Before the exercise began, the executives predicted the conversations would be awkward and unpleasant. They dreaded the prospect of being that open with a colleague. This chart shows the result of that experiment. While the executives expected discomfort, the data showed the opposite. Participants reported feeling significantly more connected and caring, with some describing it as the best conversation they'd had in months. To apply this, you have to move past conversational dead ends. Fact-based questions like, where do you work, or what is your title, rarely lead to a real connection. Instead, pivot to value-based questions. Instead of, where do you work, try asking, what is the best part of your job? By shifting the question type, you are actively giving people permission to share what truly matters to them, turning a polite exchange into a genuine point of connection. However, asking deep questions is only half the equation. If you probe for information while remaining guarded yourself, the interaction feels like a sterile interrogation. Psychologists Arthur and Elaine Aron explored this during their Fast Friends procedure, which generated intense closeness between absolute strangers in just 45 minutes. Closeness only developed when vulnerability operated as a two-way street. The connection wasn't a product of the questions, but of taking turns answering them. This is the reciprocity rule. When a colleague opens up, you must match their emotional frequency by sharing your own experience. If they share a vulnerability and you simply nod or offer a polite "I understand," the connection stalls. To maintain the bond, you must offer a piece of your own honest reality in return. This mutual exchange is the requirement for transforming a casual interaction into an authentic professional relationship. Tactical vulnerability triggers emotional contagion. By asking a deep question, you invite the other person to drop their armor. And by reciprocating with your own honest experience, you prove that the environment is psychologically safe. This approach allows you to bypass the standard superficial small talk that drains professional energy, and instead establish a meaningful connection during your first encounter. Now that you know how to build rapport one-on-one, the next step is managing the dynamics of an entire room. In video 22, we will tackle steering distracted groups, detailing how to command a meeting agenda and combat smartphone-induced brain drain. I will see you there.